Imagine being just 10 years old, an age where life should be filled with laughter, school lessons, football with friends, and dreams of the future. Now imagine spending your days trapped in fear, locked inside the toilet, beaten repeatedly, burned with fire, and forced to endure pain at the hands of the very people who promised to take care of you. This is not a movie. This is not fiction. This is the shocking story of Chiziterem, a little boy whose suffering horrified an entire nation and exposed a nightmare that had been hidden behind closed doors. How did a child end up in such a situation? Why did nobody stop it sooner? And will justice finally be served? Stay with us until the end because this story becomes even more heartbreaking. In January 2026, Chiziterem's father believed he was making a decision that would improve his son's future. Like many parents struggling with economic hardship, he entrusted his young son to a family from their village. The family reportedly promised to take care of the boy. They promised to enroll him in school. They promised to treat him like one of their own. Believing his son will receive a better opportunity in life, the father agreed. What he didn't know was that behind those promises lay a nightmare. A nightmare that will leave his child scared physically and emotionally. According to reports presented before the Anambra State House of Assembly, Chiziterem allegedly endured months of unimaginable abuse. Lawmakers described the case as one of the most horrifying examples of child cruelty they had ever encountered. The young boy was reportedly locked inside toilets for long periods. He was allegedly beaten repeatedly. Some reports claimed he was tortured overnight, but the worst was yet to come. According to testimonies presented before lawmakers, a heated gas burner was allegedly pressed against parts of his body, his head, his face, other areas of his body. The burns became severely infected. Some wounds reportedly ate deep into the flesh. Day after day, the suffering continued, and somehow it remained hidden from the outside world. Then came the moment everything changed. Videos and photographs began circulating online. The images were disturbing. The injuries were impossible to ignore. People who watched the footage were horrified. Across social media platforms, Nigerians expressed anger, sadness, and disbelief. Questions flooded the internet. Who could do this to a child? How could such cruelty happen without intervention? And most importantly, could Chiziterem be saved? The growing outrage quickly caught the attention of authorities. The pressure for action became impossible to ignore. Following reports from concerned residents and public outcry, Chiziterem was rescued. For the first time in months, he was removed from the environment where the abuse allegedly occurred. The Anambra State government immediately stepped in. Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Esther Onyekesi, confirmed that the boy had been placed under government protection. Medical personnel began treating his injuries. The road to recovery would be long, but finally, there was hope. For the first time in a long time, Chiziterem was no longer suffering alone. As Chiziterem received treatment, police launched an investigation. The Anambra State Police Command announced the arrest of 3 suspects. Police identified them as 40-year-old Chukwudi Chukwunyere, 30-year-old Chisom Chukwunyere, and a 16-year-old male suspect whose identity was withheld. During interrogation, police said Chisom Chukwunyere allegedly admitted to using burning plastics to inflict some of the injuries found on the child. Investigators immediately began gathering evidence. Authorities assured the public that prosecution would follow. But for many Nigerians, arrest was only the beginning. They wanted justice. The case soon reached the floor of Anambra State House of Assembly. Lawmakers condemned the abuse in strong terms. Honorable Ifeoma Azikiwe described the case as one of the worst incidents of child cruelty she had ever witnessed. Members of the assembly demanded swift prosecution. Some lawmakers called for charges, including attempted murder, torture, and grievous bodily harm. Others requested investigation into the possible accomplices. The Speaker of the House of Assembly, Somtochukwu Udeze, personally visited the child in the hospital. He described the incident as heartbreaking. The Assembly also called for stronger child protection measures, emergency hotlines, whistleblower protection system, and improvements to the child rights law. For the lawmakers, this case had become more than a criminal matter. It had become a wake-up call. After months of unimaginable suffering, after the pain, the fear, the wounds, and the national outrage that followed his rescue, there was finally a moment of hope, a moment that touched the hearts of millions. Chiziterem was reunited with his parents. For the first time since the horrific abuse came to light, the young boy found himself once again in the arms of the people who loved him most. Videos from the reunion showed an emotional scene. A family torn apart by tragedy finally coming together again. For his parents, the moment was bittersweet. They were grateful that their son was still alive, grateful that he had been rescued, grateful that he was finally receiving treatment. But they were also confronted with the painful reality of what their child had endured. The scars on his body told a story no parent should ever have to witness. A story of suffering, a story of betrayal, a story of survival. As his mother embraced him, many Nigerians watching online struggled to hold back tears. Because beyond the headlines, beyond investigations, beyond the arrests, was a little boy who simply wanted love, safety, and a chance to be a child again. For Chiziterem, the journey is far from over. The wounds will take time to heal. The emotional trauma may take even longer, but one thing is certain: he no longer walks this difficult road alone. His family is by his side, his community is watching, and an entire nation is hoping for his recovery. Today, Chiziterem's story stands a powerful reminder that even in the humanity's darkest moments, compassion can still shine through. And while justice may take time, hope has finally returned to a child who almost lost everything. Today, Chiziterem remains under government protection. He continues receiving treatments and rehabilitation. Police are compiling evidence. Authorities say the suspect will face prosecution. While the legal process continues, Nigerians continue to follow the case closely. Many hope justice will not only punish those responsible, but also prevent similar tragedies in the future. Because somewhere today, another child may be suffering in silence, and the next rescue may depend on someone speaking up. The scars on Chiziterem's body may eventually heal, but the question raised by this tragedy will remain. How many children are suffering behind closed doors? How many cries for help go unheard? And what responsibility do we all share when we suspect a child is in danger? Chiziterem's story is not just about cruelty. It is about survival. It is about courage. And it's about a society's duty to protect its most vulnerable. Justice for one child may not erase the pain, but it can send a message that abuse will never be tolerated, and that every child matters, no matter who they are, no matter where they come from, no matter how powerless they may seem. If this story touched your heart, please help spread awareness. Like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more important stories that deserve to be heard. Most importantly, if you ever suspect a child is being abused, do not stay silent. Your voice could save a life. Thank you for watching, and remember, every child deserves protection. Every child deserves dignity, and every child deserves a chance to dream.